Ethiopia's diplomatic playbook. How Addis Ababa is hosting its way back to the global stage. A new strategy is unfolding in the Horn, one where summits, not soldiers, define influence. I'm Jonas Ambiko, and this is Analytica Today. In 2025, Ethiopia isn't just attending international conferences, it's hosting them. From food systems to climate change, Addis Ababa is positioning itself as the venue for global conversation and the voice of African solutions. At the heart of this approach is a quiet but powerful diplomatic tactic: conference diplomacy. With back-to-back events like the UN Food Systems Summit and the Second Africa Climate Summit, Ethiopia isn't just offering hospitality. It's making play for influence, investment, and leadership. Is this the start of a new era for African diplomacy, or just a well-decorated stage? Let's break it down. From host nation to power broker, Ethiopia has long been a capital of African diplomacy. As home to the African Union and the UN Economic Commission for Africa, it has hosted dignitaries for decades. But 2025 marks a shift from tradition to ambition. In July, Ethiopia co-hosted the UNFSS+4 alongside Italy. It was the first time the summit was held on African soil, and it wasn't just symbolic. Ethiopia used platforms to highlight its domestic progress in food systems and to shape the global agenda. President Meloni called the Addis Ababa venue a deliberate choice, a nod to Africa's growing relevance in food security debates. For Prime Minister Abiy Ahmed's government, it was a diplomatic win, one that paired visibility with economic dividends. Over 30,000 foreign delegates arrived in Ethiopia this year, contributing to what local media call a boom in conference tourism. Hotels filled up, deals were made, and Ethiopia's global profile ticked upwards. From September 8 to 10, Addis will host the Africa Climate Summit 2, a follow-up to a 2023 Nairobi gathering. Positioned between major global events like the G20 and COP30, ACS2 aims to be more than a regional forum. More than 45 African heads of states are expected. The summit will spotlight Africa's climate financing needs and push for a greener, more resilient development model. But the real stakes goes deeper. By hosting ACS2, Ethiopia isn't just participating in the climate conversation, it's trying to lead it. The country's Green Legacy Initiative and Climate Resilient Green Economy strategy are being put on display as models. And with the AU as a co-host, Ethiopia is doubling down on continental ownership of climate narrative. The hope: influence global donors, unlock climate finance, and cement Ethiopia's role as a bridge between Africa and the world. The infrastructure behind influence diplomacy needs hardware, and Ethiopia is investing in it. The newly completed Addis International Convention Center is a statement of intent: sleek, spacious, and built for exactly this moment. With thousands of delegates flying in, the Addis Conference Center is more than a venue. It's a stage for Ethiopia's rebrand. For the government, hosting is about more than logistics. It's about leverage. Every successful event proves Ethiopia's stability, infrastructure, and capacity. In a region often associated with crisis, Addis is positioning itself as a reliable partner. That reliability has economic implications too. The hospitality sector alone is projected to grow to $1.3 billion by 2029, according to domestic estimates. Conference tourism is no longer a byproduct, it's a business strategy. From soft power to strategic leverage, conference diplomacy isn't new, but Ethiopia is playing it with fresh urgency. The UNFSS allowed it to convene high-level conversations with leaders like Kenya's President William Ruto and Somalia's President Hassan Sheikh Mohammed. Bilateral meetings on the sidelines tackled food security, trade, and regional cooperation. Expect more of this ASC2. Climate summits are increasingly political, and Ethiopia wants to shape the terms, framing Africa not as victim, but as a partner with priorities. Done right, this strategy builds soft power, but also attracts real investment. Italy's engagement is already deepening, and other partners are watching closely. Risks and realities. The more Ethiopia hosts, the more pressure it faces to deliver, not just on logistics, but on substance. Hosting a summit is one thing. Translating it into policy, partnership, and financing is another. There's also the matter of perception. Critics would see this as optics without outcomes. And in the volatile Horn of Africa, where security concerns and humanitarian challenges persist, optics can only go so far. Its 2025 summit diplomacy isn't just a schedule. It's a statement, a bid for relevance, a play for power. If it succeeds, Addis won't just be the capital of the AU. It will be a launchpad for Africa's voice in global negotiations. I'm Jonas Ambiko, and this is Analytica Today. What's your take? Can Ethiopia turn conferences into long-term clout? Or is this just a diplomatic shower reel? Let us know.